Easy money is not always good money. And good money usually comes when you have done something to receive it, okay? Now, let's say it's an inheritance. Now, of course, you didn't have to do anything to receive it. That is just a blessing within itself. Now, we have a lot of people who think easy money is good money. Easy money could be when someone has asked you to do something. And when they've asked you to do something and you know that it's dishonorable, that money is bad money. And you will have to pay karmically for that. Karma doesn't forget you, doesn't forget anyone who takes part in any task, be it good or be it bad. So here we are. We have a person who shared money that belonged to someone else. Let's say they robbed a bank, and they share the money amongst each other. Now, although you might not be able to put a name to it at this point in time, spiritual court still goes on because God still watched it. Let's say you got away with it. The police never came to get the money from you. However, God saw the money being taken advantage of, and that money was someone else's money. So you're going to have to pay a price for that. Some people feel as though when they take part in a crime, it was easy money and they don't have to worry about any penalty charges. We all pay penalty charges when something is done in a negative way. You have a group of, let's say someone is paid to follow a woman. Everyone who took part in following the woman has got to pay the price. So let's say the guy is a guy who's hired to follow a woman, okay? Now, the woman might see the man across from her, and she might think he looks familiar. Let's give it a story, okay? There's a man who's on the bus, and he has dreadlocks in his hair. He has sunglasses on. So he thinks that the woman across from him can't see his eyes because he has sunglasses on. Now, this man has already done so many crimes, so God has already given him certain problems. He has a problem with his health, and not only does he have a problem with his health, he's also a drug addict. And he's really trying to get this money to get a fix for himself. Now, he thinks that he's getting away with it because, and that's not even the forefront of his mind. Forefront of his mind, what he's really thinking is, I need to get this fixed. So he's going ahead and he's committing a heinous crime. He's following a woman. Let's say a father and a son duo pays this man to go look for this woman. And while he's following this woman, God steps in. God is stepping in on this woman's behalf, and he's also stepping in on the behalf of the other people that he has hurt and harmed in the past. So God will give him a worse sickness. Let's say now he has AIDS. So now he's sickly, he's a drug addict, and now something else might happen to him in regards to him, these other people being protected so that he cannot harm them. That's an act of karma. See, all the things that he's done is coming up and is following him, all right? You have the son who participated in this act because he found the friend to go and do this. Funny thing is, the woman on the bus recognizes him. She knows him from either Jersey or New York. Who knew? But more so than anything, it's not the recognition of that. She felt the presence of his energy when he entered, because his energy was so demonic, was so negative when he entered the bus, that it made her choose to change her seat. But more than that, before she even changes her seat, she picks up on his energy and she picks up on the things that he is finding himself doing. When she changes her seat, he then now is trying to figure out how it is that he's going to get to the woman. Now, he thinks he's going to get off at the same stop as the woman, but the woman gets off the bus at the entrance and goes back on the bus as an exit. But see, here's the thing. He's so caught up in his mind and trying to figure out where he's going to get his fix that he's distracted. And the two people who hired the man to do the job, they have a bigger punishment in mind. You see, God is taking care of all individuals, good and bad, fair and unfair things have been done. So here we go. Whenever it is that you're choosing to play part in this easy money, so you call it, you have to be careful because, like I said, good money is not easy money. And if it is easy, it's because you inherited it, and it wasn't so easy. It's because you behaved a certain way as to why you even deserve it. You see, everyone looks at other people's behavior, but they don't always look at their own. We have to analyze and look at not only other people's behavior, but we also have to look at our own. Another story. A woman is trying to help other people who she hears a story about. She hears a story about a woman, and she befriends the woman. And as she's being friends with this woman, she's really not being a true friend. What she's doing is she's trying to get close to the woman to get information to feed the information back to others because she's being paid a fee. Now, with this information, with this food, with this money that she's receiving, it's not easy money, and it's certainly not good money. But because she plays part in it, now her family begins to get sick. Now they start looking at it, this is funny, this is strange. Maybe we're getting sick because of where we're living at. Maybe there's asbestos in the walls. No, they're getting sick because of the actions that they took. You see, God plays fair, but you might not think it's fair because you're thinking this is easy money. You have to look at the whole picture. Whenever you play part, you play any inkling of a part in any of this, when you know that the person is innocent or whether you know the person is not, you are not to play part in it, especially you have children. If you have children, your children are going to suffer because of the decisions that you're making. Remember what I said, sins of the father, sins of the mother as well. You be very careful and very cautious of who you keep company with, because as you keep company with these people who are doing the negative things, now it seems easy and now it seems good because you're hanging with them. So now you're allowing it to be passive. You're allowing yourself to be passive. And you're saying, well, this is my friend. And since this is my friend and he's doing this, maybe it's not so bad. Before you would have looked at it and you would have judged it as being bad, but because this is your friend, you're becoming more lenient about the situation. I'm going to say it again. Easy money is not always good money. And you know, when a person says to you, okay, fam, don't worry, everybody's going to eat. That's a slang term for saying everybody's going to get paid. Everybody's going to get their part. But everybody cannot get their part once God puts his hand on it. And God is certainly putting his hand on a lot of things nowadays because so many crimes have been committed. And so much, as you say, easy money has been made. A lot of people have spent money that they cannot pay back. A lot of people went shopping with money that was not theirs. And although they thought it was easy money, although they thought it was free money, it was God's money. And you played with the church's money. Now, there's a church that might even be involved. We can't really look at churches in the same light sometimes because every church is not the same. Sometimes there are hands going into that offering plate, that should not be going in that offering plate. When we call it an offering, it is an offering up to the Lord. That is God's money. So when we look at whether it be a spiritual person, whether it be a church, whether it be common people, we are all here to learn lessons. We are all here to grow and persevere and learn from the mistakes that we make as well as others. When you can watch another person's mistakes and you can grow and persevere from their mistake, oh, you are gifted and you are given a gift. God is giving you a gift. You're being granted a wonderful gift. When you have to experience it, it's a harder gift because you're having to experience some of that pain before making that mistake in the first place. When you can observe it and live vicariously through another individual, oh, thank you, God. But when you experience it personally and you have to suffer a hardship because you had a hand in hurting or harming another individual, God is showing you something. And some people learn a harder lesson by spending so much time in jail because of the mistakes that they've made. Let us learn from other people. Let us learn from our own mistakes and let us forever grow. That has been my word today, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here at Indigo Moon. You have a wonderful one.